ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Okay, any questions, clarifications, or what we did last time is all clear? We did the 28th verse last time, right? Correct?
Yes, Swami.
Yeah, 28th verse. Yeah, that's good. You'll remember it. Okay. I really hope that the book is not opened Saturday to Saturday, okay? That you will have a look at it somewhere here and there, so it's good. You'll remember it. Yeah, okay. All right. So, any questions, clarifications, or is all clear? Prashant Atmanam, Atmanam, etc., all that. Okay. Then if that is clear, let's go ahead. Okay. Okay, then what is it that you are contemplating on? As I always say, two types of meditation: preparatory and later. Okay. So, preparatory meditation can be any variety because we just want you to get a calm mind, a contemplative mind. That is good enough. But when it comes to contemplation, nididhyasana, to own up the knowledge, you have to be more particular about it, what you are going to do. So there he says, okay, what are you contemplating on? Sarva bhutastam atmanam, sarva bhutani chatmani, ikshate yoga yuktatma, sarvatra samadarshanaha. Okay. Sarvatra samadarshanaha. Okay. What is that? Sarva, first start with Sarva bhutastam atmanam. The Atma that is there in every being. That one consciousness that is there in every being. And, okay, and Sarva bhutani chatmani. And all beings, Sarva bhutani, where are they? Atmani. Therefore, Atma is in everything and everything is in the Atma. That means what? Atma is both inside and outside you, okay? Atma is inside and outside. Atma is not located. There is no location for the Atma. Because the Atma is limitlessness, there is no location. It is true, you recognize the Atma here as I. That is the point of recognition. Okay? That is the point of recognition. The Upalabdhi Sthanam, Buddhi Guhayam, Hridaya Guhayam, etc. The Upanishad will say, point of recognition. Where you will recognize. Like you can't recognize the Atma here, can you? It is there. As is inside, outside, both. So right now here it is there. But you don't recognize it. So recognition is here. I. Recognition is in the I. Buddhi Guhayam, Hridaya Guhayam. At the core of what I taken myself to be. What is that? Pure consciousness. Recognition. But Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam. The Atma that is the same in every being. And all the beings are in one consciousness alone. Why? Because limitlessness. Functionally, I limit myself to this body. and this mind. But that is only body and mind. And the consciousness is manifest there. Therefore, it becomes as though an entity, a personality, a being. That's only a functional being. Like, hey, you have a big house. Yeah, Swamiji, not bad. It's about 1200 carpet area. Wow, in Bombay, 1200 carpet area is considered big house. Not outside in Bombay, but in Bombay, 1200 carpet is considered big. Okay. Yeah. Because as though 1 square feet is like 10 grams of gold. It's almost like that, the price wise. Therefore, 1200 square feet. Oh, big. So now it looks as though, now let us look at the same flat from the standpoint of space. You have a lot of space in that flat. A lot of space. Now where is the space? In the flat or outside the flat? My space is inside the flat. Your space? My phone, I can take it and walk away with it, isn't it? My phone, I can take it and walk away with it. Can you do that with space? My space, take it and walk away with it. You can't. Space is inside, space is outside, space is in and through. Only one space. Similarly, the consciousness is inside every being, and all beings are in consciousness. All the flats in the universe are within the space, and space is there in every flat. Even if you feel it's only a small flat. The other day I saw an advertisement. I have a flat. One bedroom hall kitchen in Matunga for 50 lakhs. I said, in Matunga for 50 lakhs, one bedroom hall kitchen, kidhar se aaya? So I looked at it. I said, out of curiosity, because I am a person who wants to know what's happening in society. So I said, let me see. Because then a 2-bedroom flat should cost only 80-90 lakhs in Matunga. So I looked at it. Then the secret is out. That 1-bedroom flat is only 300 square feet. 2-bedroom is 450 square feet. I said, what are you going to make in 450 square feet? Mein 2-bedroom kidhar se leke aayega? Old flats in Chembur, 1-bedroom is 450, 500 square feet. But you can, why not? On a submarine, in 10 by 8 space, 3 people stay, 4 people, bunk beds. That's a submarine. So if you want to stay like that, you can. So not enough space, lot of space. All these are functional concepts. They have some functional validity. Including the architect who says, we work with space. Reva de. You work with space. You work in space. It's okay to say all that. You're presenting yourself, That's like saying, how do you write I change a light bulb in your resume, in your CV? How do you write that? Successfully replaced environmental illumination with zero error and zero accidents, following all safety protocols. Okay, this is how CVs are written. So similarly, you can say, I work with space, you're working in space. Space is there in and through you. The same way, what is the consciousness you are contemplating on? The limitlessness of it. Saying I am consciousness is only a halfway job. That I consciousness is everything. That I consciousness is everything. Only then the knowledge is complete. Otherwise, it's incomplete knowledge. Okay. And once you contemplate enough on that, you have already understood that at the teaching. Remember, that's important. Knowledge takes place only when a pramana is used. The pramana here is called Vedanta, Shabdam, the word. And that has to be unfolded in the teaching. So knowledge takes place in the teaching, which if it is not owned up at the teaching, at the place, on the time of teaching, if it's not owned up, you own it up in meditation. Therefore, when you own it up, what happens? He says, Yuktatma, Yoga Yuktatma Ikshate. This is what you are seeing in meditation. The Yogena Yuktatma. Yoga here stands for contemplation. Remember, yoga has got 100 different meanings, and you have to see contextually which is applicable. So here, Yoga Yuktaha meaning Dhyana Yuktaha, Nitidhyasana Yuktaha, one who is contemplating regularly, that person, Ikshate. This is what you keep seeing. Why is he using the word seeing? Because a pramana can give you direct or indirect knowledge depending upon how the pramana is. Perception, here is a book, brownish in color. Direct knowledge, ikshate. This is direct knowledge. There is a noise outside. I think there is a car passing. Yeah, there is a car passing. Indirect knowledge, anumanam, inference. The sound is direct, the conclusion about the car is indirect. Yeah, some people are so good they can tell you the make of the car also by hearing the sound. Ikshate. Indirect knowledge, what? Now, words will give you direct or indirect. That will depend upon the object. If I am going to tell you all, hey, this June, since the COVID etc. will be over by that time, because everyone is going to be vaccinated next month onwards. Okay? 60 plus next month. By April, others also will be open, free for all. Anyone can get. In June, I am taking a group to Gomukh. Samji, Gomukh, what is that? Arey, Gomukh is a snow mountain. It's a glacier. And there is a huge cave, and from the cave the Ganga emerges. I can give you description. Those who have been to Gomukh will remember it. It is direct for them. Those who have not been to Gomukh, it's all indirect knowledge. No? Why? Because Gomukh is away from all of you. Whereas the book is right in front of you. So this will be direct knowledge, Gomukh will be indirect knowledge. Now Atma is direct or indirect? What is Atma? डायरेक्ट है कि इनडायरेक्ट है?
डायरेक्ट.
डायरेक्ट. नित्य उपलब्धि स्वरूप. Remember, nitya upalabdhi swarupa. There can't be anything more direct than the I. Therefore, knowledge will always have to be direct. Either you will understand it clearly, you will not understand, or you will understand it vaguely. Most of us may be in the third category. Okay, thought a vague understanding. That's why a lot of reflection, mananam, etc. is necessary. Owning up in terms of meditation is necessary. And what are you doing in meditation? Recalling all that you heard in Shravanam, without the stories, without the jokes, without the examples, direct. Just recalling. Consciousness, limitlessness, asanga, all that. As we have been seeing in the meditation classes at the end of the class. Meditation sessions at the end of the class, we have been seeing all that. Therefore, ikshate, he sees it. If you are using too much of logic in contemplation, that means you are not really seeing it, you are logic dependent. Swamiji, what should I do then? Pavanah punyena shravanam kuryat. With great punya I must do shravanam? No. Punaha shravanam kuryat. Pavanah punyena shravanam kuryat is a reduplicated form. It's called an alankara in Sanskrit. Again and again listen. Go back to the recordings. All the recordings are put up. Yeah. Listen to it again so that it will become clearer. So you won't need the elaboration of logic. Little logic you will require. 2-3 steps. Okay. So that ikshate, you are seeing it directly. The meaning of the word is being seen directly because it is yourself. The word is revealing yourself, nothing else. Therefore, ikshate. Then what do you become after that? Sarvatra samadarshanaha. Sarvatra samadarshanaha. You see that which is the same everywhere. Be very careful here in this term. Samadarshi doesn't mean you are looking at everything as the same. No. Samadarshi means you are seeing that which is the same everywhere. That means you are recognizing everything as consciousness plus whatever name and form that is there. Now our attention is on the name and form, we miss the consciousness. It is like Akshaya Tritiya is coming in 2-3 months. This is already end of Feb. March 15th or 11th or something is Akshaya Tritiya. Everyone goes and buys gold. They are buying gold, and how this buying gold came, I don't know. I think it's just an excuse for people. Okay. Anyway, whatever. Akshaya Tritiya people go and buy. But nobody picks up a chunk of gold and comes in. Buying gold? Okay. Go. Pick up a chunk and come. Swamiji, chunks are not available. Okay, biscuit and come. The small biscuits are available. No, pick up a biscuit and come. Well, no, you'll always buy jewelry. And when you go to sell it back to him, he will give you 15% less. Why? He is buying the gold. You bought the jewelry. Making charges. For him, he is not bothered about what it is. He is only interested in the gold. So he is buying gold, you are buying jewelry. So you are paying more because your attention is on the name and form. When you take a kid to the same shop, now here comes the fun part of it. The kid will see only name and form. And something which is junk, the kid may be attracted to because it looks nice. It may not even have 50% gold in it. It looks nice. But the jeweler will see will not miss the gold, whatever the name and form is. He knows the value of the name and form to sell it to you, but he knows to discount it for himself. So, once you know the truth, you know the importance of name and form in the world. So, in keeping with that, you will reveal certain functional aspects of things, dharma, etc. Because people need to grow. You see the value of that growth. But you're always samadarshinaha. You also see that the consciousness that is there. You don't miss that. You don't miss that. But Swamiji is such an idiot. Correct. That's what I was 30 years ago. So what's the big deal about that? Swamiji, what are all the criminals and everything, the terrorists, they're also nothing but consciousness. They're also nothing but pure consciousness. How can you say the terrorist is not pure consciousness? So Swamiji, then you are saying you should have dialogue with them, etc. Not when they come with a gun in hand. Yeah. Not when they come with a gun in hand. Otherwise, okay. They come with a gun in hand, you reply with bullets. But are we not supposed to forgive them? Yeah, forgive them if you want to after you have shot them. Otherwise, you will get shot. If that's what you want, it's okay. You know, in our country, we have taken non-violence too far. Non-violence doesn't work everywhere. Non-violence will work only with sensitive, with good people. With sensitive human beings, it will work, not someone else. The terrorists are not sensitive human beings. They have been brainwashed too much. So it is not often possible to reform them. Some can be, those who are surrendered, etc., and willingly expressed a need to change. With them you can have a dialogue. But samadarshana, that idiot is also nothing but pure consciousness. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Does that sound so familiar? Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. कभी सुना है ना? Long back, second chapter of the Gita. Okay, long back, second chapter of the Gita था उधर. Okay, yeah. Na hanta na hantaram. Neither the killed nor the killer. All that is for, with respect to the fact I am pure consciousness. Functioning, it has its own rules and regulations. Okay, its own rules, its own functioning. That's all the mithya laws that are there. That's all dealing with names and forms. But when you are dealing with the names and forms, like the jeweler whose eye is on the gold, your eye is on the consciousness. Once you have owned up the knowledge to yourself. Swamiji, when will I know I have owned up the knowledge? Simple. When you are samadarshinaha. When you recognize that consciousness, you are samadarshinaha. Simple as that. Yeah. And so to be a samadarshana, what should I do? First learn, get clarity. From all doubt, vagueness, error, etc., gain clarity. Then some contemplation to own it up and make it your own. There is no rule that contemplation is necessary, okay? But most people need it. That's what I have found in all my years of teaching. and seeing generations of teachers and students, I see the need that most people require it. Most people require it. Though there is no rule that everyone needs to do it. Why? Arjuna himself didn't require it. Arjuna himself didn't require it. You think he had time to meditate after listening to the whole thing? He has done so much of meditation before, preparatory meditation, that he did not require owning up meditation. You know, in some books, Arjuna is presented as muddy-headed, this, that, etc. That respect what Arjuna has to be given is not given in some books. Remember, he is someone who's a Maharati. You don't become a Maharati unless this is mastered. Body, mind, both are mastered. You won't become. Yeah. Plus, Sakshatkara of Shiva himself. He did tapas and Shiva came in front of him. How much of tapas and meditation is necessary for that? Of course, Shiva didn't come as himself. He came in disguise. And they both had a nice royal battle. Until suddenly Arjuna recognized, I am fighting Lord Shiva himself. So goes and falls at his feet and says, Oh Lord, forgive me for sending arrows and blows at you. And Shiva laughs and says, You worship me in the way you knew the best. Swakarmanam tam abhyakcha siddhim vindati manava. You worship through your work. You worship through your functioning. You worship through your roles. At the highest level, Karma Yoga is nothing but worship. Ishvara Arpanam. No? Like a sword maker was asked, why are you spending so much of time making that sword? This is God-given ability, I have to use it to the best. What do you mean by best? So even if the sword meets God on the road, it is not the sword that will be broken. I must make it that well, and that's fit for the gods themselves. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Okay? Yeah. Is that pursuit of excellence. Of course, appropriate your functioning. Tonight, don't try to make the chapatis like that, okay? I can't make chapati for nuts, but once I had to make it for my guru's guru, Taranandagiri. So I made perfectly round chapatis and gave it to him. He was surprised because he knew I am from the city and probably never cooked. My background he knew. South Indian hai, chapati kahan banayega? The next day he came to the kitchen to see how I am making it. My chapati looked like the map of India. But then with a nice plate, I am cutting a perfect circle out of it. Appropriate for what has to be done. There were two other people here, me and someone else was also eating. Hey, हम लोग के लिए ये map of India चलेगा, okay? समझी के लिए तो नहीं, okay? Where appropriate, okay? So be careful. Otherwise, you will push it to such an extent that is ridiculous. You know? That's ridiculous, and you will be wasting time and effort on something which does not deserve that much of time and effort. Okay? Excellence is good in certain things, but most things, an optimum functioning is good enough. Okay? Optimum functioning is good enough. Yeah. Otherwise, you will be writing that perfect report. You have half a dozen reports to do today for tomorrow, and one report will take the whole day. Yeah. appropriate for the need, perfect for the job involved. Like you have aluminum curtain rods and the same aluminum is used for internal combustion engines. Are they the same quality? Your car engine also uses aluminum, curtain rod also uses aluminum. Will you use the same quality for both? Well, perfection. Appropriate for the job necessary. Perfect for the job. Yeah. Okay, with that much, let's go ahead. Sarvatra Samadarshina. Okay. Then the same thing he is putting in the language of bhakti by putting himself, Krishna, as Ishvara into the picture. Okay. Yomam pashyati sarvatra, sarvatra mai pashyati, tasyaham na pranashyami, sachame na pranashyati. Who sees me everywhere? Me, Mam, Ishvara, Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, Jagat Karanam, Nimittupadana Karanam for the whole universe, who sees me as everywhere. And he sees everyone in me alone. This will be demonstrated in the Vishwarupa Darshana. Okay, 11th chapter. Okay, who sees me everywhere and everyone in me, he says, Tasyaham na pranashyati. I am never away from that person. I am never away from that person. Nor is that person away from me. कहाँ जाएगा? सब भगवान ही तो है. And everything is Ishvara. Where are you going to? Oh Lord, you have forsaken me. What forsaken? Why are you testing me so much? भगवान को और कुछ काम धंधा नहीं है other than testing you. All stupidities people talk. You are getting your karma phala, now handle it. And don't keep blaming everything for past lifetime. Huh? You have done enough in this lifetime to get karma phala also. All the wrong choices you make, the wrong decisions you make. Both hai. I know because I have made some. Who has not made? That's the way of growth. One needs to do that to grow. Without that, growth doesn't happen. Without that, growth will not happen. Therefore, okay, Name, you are never away from the Lord because you are seeing Ishvara everywhere. Yeah. See, if you understand Ishvara really speaking as the intelligence, the material behind everything, everything becomes sacred. There is nothing that is not sacred for you. What is not sacred? It is not only the temple. You don't need a temple. Why? Ishvara is everywhere. A temple is only to strengthen that. Or your puja corner is only to strengthen that. But everything. Different from God? So can you invoke bottle Ishvara here? If this is slightly different bottle, I know that many people will be thrilled at it. Why not? You think that is different from Ishvara? So nothing is apart. Yeah. You know, we had the Gupta Navaratri a few days back. Okay. As I said, 2 public Navaratris, 2 Gupta Navaratris. So one Gupta Navaratri went just a few days back. And so I saw a joke on that. Students are going and keeping books in front of Saraswati Devi, and she is looking at them with irritation, saying, whole year you have been doing classes online and now you are keeping books. Get your phone here and keep it. Get your laptop and keep it. Correct, है ना? Because everything is sacred. In fact, this year it's appropriate to keep your laptops and phones for worship because everyone has been on that. You find that happening in our ashrams and everything. When the course is going on, most of them had laptops and they were taking their notes, everything on laptops. So Dasara day, everyone came laptops. In one way it looks funny, it's true, but in one way it's appropriate also, isn't it? I'm sure that people felt the same when they shifted from palm leaves to books. Manuscripts to books, they felt the same. Yeah. It's all cultural, okay? So, everything is Ishvara only, nothing else. Okay, then, okay, he's digressing somewhat, but not digressing, he's shifting the thing a little bit. सर्वभूत स्थितं यो मां भजति एकत्वमास्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगी मयि वर्तते. सर्वभूतस्थं, me who is available in every being. Yo bhajati, who worships or knows. Ekatvamasthitah, as non-different from himself, as oneness, non-different from himself, if you do, or herself, if you do that, he says, sarvata vartamanopi, if whatever his lifestyle, okay, whatever his lifestyle means what? Sannyasi, karma yogi, not only sannyasi, karma yogi, whatever idiotic things he is doing in life, okay, yeah, whatever idiotic stuff he is doing in life, sa mayi vartate, sa mayi eva vartate, he is non-different from me, he says. Why? Once you know the truth, once you are rooted in the truth, all these rules, culture, laws, regulations have no meaning for you. Where does all these dharma, principles, etc. have a meaning for you? As long as growth is necessary. As long as you have to grow, all these are necessary. So that we have certain common basis for fair interaction. But a wise man is free from, a wise person, why man, wise person. Now you have to use politically correct language. Okay? A wise person is free from all that. Does that mean he will do adharma all the time? No, why should he do adharma? Why should he do it? Not necessary. When do you do an adharmic act? When your desire for something is so big, so strong, that you want it by hook or by crook. Once you are rooted in this knowledge, you don't need it by hook, then why should you do it by crook? Yeah, you don't need it, so okay. But your lifestyle may be different. You may be living a lifestyle like Rasputin. I love that character. I was introduced to Rasputin through books, okay, not personally. When I was a teenager, and he just appealed to me straight, man after my own heart. Not that I ever tried to emulate his lifestyle, but that apart, this is good. So, even if you are living like that, Shankara says that, Yogaratova, Bhogaratova. Whether you are leading a life of yoga, control, etc., discipline, or Bhoga, Sangaratova, Sangavihina. You're Sangha Rataha. All the time there are 10 people around you. You're never in isolation. Sangha Rataha. Sangha Vihina. You're a loner. किधर है पता नहीं, यहाँ आया था अभी, फिर वो सुना कि गंगोत्री चले गया. Go to Gangotri, has disappeared from there also. He's like that. Alone. Loner. Tapovan Maharaj was like that. Sangha Vihina. Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. Nandati, Nandati, Nandati. One whose mind is reveling in Brahman. That guy alone enjoys. Therefore, whatever your lifestyle, it doesn't matter once you know the truth. Before that, you choose what is appropriate for your growth. 90% of the time you will grow by following dharma. 10% of the time you will grow by breaking it. But be very careful of the 10%. Does it have greater good in it? Then you are right. If it doesn't have greater good, then it is not right. That breaking is for greater good. Or be honest to yourself. He says, I am breaking it because I need it so badly. And I'll get out of it as soon as I can grow. Good enough. But how long will you take to grow? Samji, it is about 10 years, I think another 20. That is not growth, that is self-justification. Okay? That is not growth, that is self-justification. So be careful that what you do. Okay? So another verse or meditation? What do you all want? Meditation? Okay, chalo. So we sit erect. See that your spine is erect. Shoulders back, expanded but not tensed, relaxed. Drop that shoulder, relax it. Look at your body now. Eyes and mouth are gently closed. Facial muscles relaxed. No frown on your face. You are not concentrating on anything. Shoulders relaxed. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Arms, forearms, palms and fingers all relaxed. Chest muscles relaxed. Stomach relaxed. Sides relaxed. Upper back, lower back relaxed. Waist and hips relaxed. Thigh muscles relaxed. Knees, calves, ankles, feet and toes, all relaxed. Now look at this body in one sweep of vision. From the head to the toe, it's all relaxed. To help you quieten your mind further, pay attention to your breathing. Breathing happens, you are paying attention to it. Just pay attention. Sometimes you may find that when you witness your breath, the breath may tend to stop. That time you can take a conscious in-breath. Don't worry if it quietens down, that's the purpose. A quietened breath is a quietened mind. Now invoke the Lord in whatever manner you can relate to, in whatever form you can relate to Ishvara. The one who is everywhere, who is everything. If you can relate directly to the one who is everywhere, everything, fine. Otherwise, invoke the Lord in a particular form. Male, female, adult, child, doesn't matter. Offer the Manasa Puja, make it as vivid as you can. Take the Arti plate for the final Arti. Light up that camphor. Offer the Arti to the Lord. Put down that Arti plate. Take the Arti yourself. And sit for your japa. In your japa, you're not invoking the Lord or anything. Whereas the Manasa Puja was to the form of the Lord, in Japa, the focus is on the Swarupa of the Lord. And Japa, going into Nididhyasanam, we are paying attention to the true nature of the Lord, which is not different from yourself. So when you do the Japa Dhyanam, your attention is on the silence between the chant. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 Before the chant there is silence. After the chant there is silence. You are watching that silence. The one who watches silence is silence. So in you the silence, the chant is born. Into you the silence, the chant dies down. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 You are that silence awareness. The silence awareness that you are untouched by sound, untouched by thought. A thought is nothing but a wave in awareness, dies down into awareness without shifting or disturbing the awareness. That silence awareness is yourself. Time and space exists in awareness. Awareness is there in and through time and space. Sarva Bhutastam Atma. All exists within this awareness alone. This awareness is in and through everything. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. A silence awareness. Untouched by anything. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamagacchate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can cup your eyes and come back to normal thinking. All clear? How many of you being able to get it or not get it? At least in the guided meditation we are doing in the class. Anyone not being able to get it and want to ask anything, please ask. Okay, so I'll assume that at least in the class everyone is getting it. Yes, I'm seeing some thumbs up also. Yeah.
Very clear.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so do that by yourself also. Meditation is supposed to be an independent process that you do. Okay, in the beginning some guidance is helpful, but don't get dependent on the guidance. You have to be able to do it in yourself, because different words will work for different people. I'll keep introducing more words as we go ahead, but different words will appeal to different people, etc. So depending upon that, you can choose what you want. Okay. So
Yes.
good place to stop. Om Tat Sat. Have a great time. The night